Hey, and welcome to BayLink Sports. I'll put a little more music on here as we go along. Hope you like the new intro. May have seen it, stole it, who knows? But I got it. Coming to you live on Halloween night. On your sports network here in Safety Harbor, where it is chilly. I don't know. It's getting colder. But I'm still outside, this time with long sleeve shirts, still lightning, because I am dedicated to being outside in Florida, because no one wants to be inside. So, sorry we missed you guys last week. Everybody had something to do. It got kind of weird for a while, and unfortunately, I have no one on the board right now except me. It looks like Ron is, I think, still on the road. Daniel is a no-show. My son Kyle had a last-minute family emergency he had to take care of. And Don the hockey man, is out too. So, hey, guess what? It's just me. So we're going to go through all the stats, talk a little bit of sports here, have a good time, and kind of go from there. So let's do this. Let's switch over to this. A little jazzy in the background. That's right, little dreams. Oh, yeah. Another guy popped out, says Michael Myers. I have no idea who it is because I can't see their face. So I can't add them to the stream because I don't know them. Maybe they'll tell me who they are in the comments or in the chat, private chat settings. Maybe. Who knows? But until then, let's talk about the Bolts right off the bat. Yay, Bolts. Had a little rough start, 10-25 before we had last week. They went ahead and played the Buffalo Sabres, who it is always my toughest day because I was born in Buffalo. I played Pee Wee hockey for the Sabres. And when the Lightning play the Sabres, it's a little tougher for me. And since they lost, it was really tough. And when I say they lost, the Bolts, they lost. Oh, look who it is. It's Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Jeff.
How you doing? Look who it is. It's you and me.
Oh, God. We're in trouble now.
I know. I'm talking about the Bolts. You want to hear about the Bolts?
No, they suck.
Well, they do not. Well, they do at the moment, but that's okay. We'll talk about that in a second. So I won't even go deep into this stuff, but yeah, we sucked this game. The 25th, we lost 5-1 because we're just bad. Horrible. The penalties were even scored across the bail. And shots, we had 36. They had 25. We had 17 hits over their 12. They won 28 over us with only 23 faceoffs, which is exactly what happens. Faceoffs win games. We've talked about that several times. Penalty minutes, they had 6, we had 4, so not really anything different. All 3 stars of the game went to them because, again, as Bob just said, we suck. And we did at this game. 26, a little bit different. We pop in. We're going to play the Penguins at this point, and we got to get them ice chickens off the ice. No goals scored in the first period. We're already thinking, oh, God, here we go. And then Braden Point, Andre Palat, and Ryan McDonough back to back 3-0 after the second period. Third period, Miguel Sergachev comes up, gets his 4th. Jason Zucker finally gets one on a power play, and then Alex Killorn finishes it off 5-1 Bolts. Penalties, a lot. Again, even matched all the way around. We had 15, they had 11. Shots, 31 over 29. 34 hits by us over their 27, and we won the faceoffs. Like I said, win the faceoffs, win the game. 3 stars, Andre Palat, Vasilevsky, and Sergachev. And then my favorite, Bob, this is my favorite one. We saw this game. We went there thinking, oh, God, this is going to go bad. Oh God, we're not doing well on winning streaks and losing streaks, so this is not going to be fun. But let's go anyways. A Facebook user says, "Hi guys." I don't know who it is, but hi guys. Hello.
Hi.
Hey. And so we walk into the same. After, I will say this, Bob. We went to Cigar City Brewing right across the. Oh, look who shows up late. Look who's there late.
Look.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, hold on. We're finishing up this Bolt game. So here's what's funny. I'm watching this game. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's me. Hold on. Oh man. Hold on a second. Oh, there it is. Got the wrong mouse for a second there. I got to turn this down a little bit here so I can talk. So we walk in, and first of all, Cigar City Brewing has a new restaurant right at Channelside, right in the Thunder Alley. And so they had, hey, there's no dogs barking in the studio. My goodness. So we had some Cigar City apple pie cider. Oh my God. Incredible. Tasted like apple pie. Even after 4 of them, it tasted like apple pie. Yes. Oh boy.
Was alcohol in it?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's a cider. Tastes like apple pie. It's so good. It's so good. It is so good. Yeah, it was that good. Delicious. So we go into the stadium now, and Alex Killorn starts off right off the bat, and then for his 5th and 6th goal of the season, boom, boom, brings it right up to Tampa Bay 2. The Lightning are winning over Arizona. Now, while we're here, let's share this little video because this was the fun part of this whole thing. There's my little video file. You're going to love this one. Is this it? Aha. Wait, which one is it? 134. 41. Here we go. Okay, guys.
Liam O'Brien up front there for the Coyotes along with Jay Beagle and Christian Fisher as they drop the puck here in Tampa Bay. And right away, they're going to drop the gloves. You had a sense this could happen when we saw who was starting here. This is O'Brien and Maroon. Liam O'Brien, this is what he does. And Maroon, we know, is comfortable with this as well. And right off the bat,
it's not even running, is it?
They engage.
That sucks. All right, well, screw that. We lost. So there goes that. I'm going to undo that one because it was supposed to work. It's popping all over the place. Screw it. Basically, with 5 seconds in, Pat Maroon drops the gloves, is fighting everyone he can see. Gets a 5-minute major for fighting. Comes out of the box. Gets in another fight. Gets a 5-minute major and a 10-minute misconduct. Came back at the end. They was like, stop fighting. He's like, okay. But it was an epically crazy game. Second period, Alex Barboulay gets his first of the season, bringing up Tampa Bay 4, Arizona 1. And then here's what's interesting. Third period, 12:36. We're sitting on the other goal. So we can see we only get the strike once. And these guys come up, and Lawson Krause puts one in, and it touches up under the lip of the top of the net and bounces right back out. And I looked at Lisa and said, that's a goal. She's like, no, they're still playing. I said, that's a goal. It's going to stop in a minute. That's a goal. She's like, no. I said, watch. About 45 seconds in, and they're already just playing on. 45 seconds in, you hear for the horn from DC. And they went, hey, refs, y'all missed the goal. It was a goal, sure, and shit. So 10,000 people in the stadium or 20,000 in the stadium. Even the shooter, Lawson, did not realize he'd gotten a goal, and I'm pointing at it going, it's a goal, damn it. But they scored one. That's all right. And then Schuster at the end, 18-23, brings it up 5-1, assisted by Cirelli and Killorn. Fantastic game all the way around. Here's the problem with this game. Fortunately, they could do this because Arizona's so bad. But Alex got those 2 back-to-back right off the bat, so he was going for a hattie. So they spent more time trying to feed him the puck than to get a hattie than they were scoring. Which, if it was a different game, it could have cost us. It could have definitely cost us. But what are you going to do? So, penalties, like I said, big time all the way around. Team stats, Arizona, 25 shots, us 28. We had 22 hits to their 19. They won 34-22 over faceoffs, but that didn't count this time, and we had 28 minutes, and they're 20. Started the game, Alex Killorn, Steven Stamkos, and Andrei Vasilevsky, of course. Here's the problem. Atlantic Division, Eastern Conference. It's the Panthers, the Sabres, the Red Wings, the Maple Leafs, and then the Lightning. That is not a good thing. We are only above the Bruins, Senators, and the Canadiens, and they all suck bad. My goodness. It's crazy. Fortunately, it's pretty close to a tie. The problem is points. We've been a lot of overtime wins and losses, which have made points an issue for us. But here we go. The Red Wings are 2 above us right now. Metropolitan Division holds the Hurricanes are 7-0, which is absolutely crazy this year. They have won 7 games in a row. They have not lost anything yet. They are going to be hard to beat. Blues are 6-1 on top of theirs, and the Flames are 6-1 on top of the Pacific Division. Guys, it's crazy. There are some really, really, really good teams out there that are going to be making us look tough. Tomorrow night, of course, we play, and heck, I don't know who we're playing, but I know it's a good team. Hold on a second.
It's a loss.
It's not a loss. Loss. We're playing the Capitals. No. Capitals? Oh, we're playing the Capitals tomorrow. And the Capitals right now are doing pretty well, actually. They're second place behind the Hurricanes. 5-0. They won. Oh, they had 3 overtime losses, so that's what happens. So we'll see what happens with our Bolts. I'm not saying they're going to be great. Not saying they're not going to be great. We'll see. The Crunch have started playing. Finally, they played their first game at the Cleveland Monsters and lost 5-4. Then they played the Utica Comets, lost 2-1, and they said, "Okay, we're tired of losing." They played the Hershey Bears, which I think is pretty cool. The Hershey Bears beat them 3-2, and then the Cleveland Monsters played us again. We beat them 3-2, and we decided to finish that up playing the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, winning again 3-2. Jimmy Huntington. And too bad Don's not on tonight. I would tell Don to remember this name. Jimmy Huntington recorded a natural hat trick tonight to help the Syracuse Crunch climb back from a 3-goal deficit, but they still lost their first game, the Cleveland Monsters 5-4, like we said. After going down by 3, Huntington recorded 3 straight, followed by a third-period goal to put the Crunch on top. However, a late monster tally forced, of course, the overtime. That was impressive. I'm telling you what, this guy... Because then on the 30th, Jimmy Huntington scored the game winner out of a midair in overtime to lift the Syracuse Crunch over the Lehigh Valley Phantoms 3-2. This kid is on fire. Needs to be watched. Solar Bears lost to the Gladiators opening day 5-4, and then they beat them 3-1 4 days later. Nobody cares. Buffalo Buttes on their opening night. You're gonna love this opening night for the Buffalo Buttes. It's even though it's a hey Carl Erickson says hello. Hey Carl, what's going on, my friend? Buffalo Buttes won their opening game, even though it was a preseason game, 8-0. Big time. Not a lot of big names scoring because Grace was probably not playing too much because she's a superstar and they were using their preseason people. But they open up November 6th as their first game. So if you get a chance, check them out. Baseball. This is you, my friend. Come on, Big Daddy. It's you. What we got? We got a better show for you.
Well, we have the Astros and the Braves, and if the Braves win tonight, they're the World Series champs. So let's go Braves. Let's see. I think it's the whole entire MLB versus Houston. So I mean, even though the Dodgers lost, they were overworked and over outmanaged by a better team who wasn't going to lose a 3-1 lead. But hey, guess what? I'm just hoping that they win tonight. It's going to start probably about right now. So let's hope they close it out. Don't go to Houston. And if the Astros aren't cheating, that means they're not winning.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. Are we going to have a cheating win this year, or are we going to have a crappy win? Because I hate the Red Sox.
Well, it's not the Red Sox.
I don't
It's gonna
know.
be
We
the
had a
Braves.
cheating
Not
win
the Red
last
Sox,
year in
the Braves.
hockey.
Hey, don't start. Who's
I'd rather have the
what?
Braves.
Hold on there, Michael Myers, Bob. What did you say about the Lightning?
I said you had a cheating win last year in hockey, so why not a cheater
How?
win in baseball?
Tell me how we cheated.
You want to talk salary cap?
That's all. No, that is called
Cheating.
back office smart, fiscally responsible coaching.
In other words, cheating.
No, the rules were there. They followed the rules. The rules just happened to be not in everybody else's favor.
Yeah, okay.
Oh well.
Well, I'd rather have the Braves win than the Astros because they never got punished. All
Yes.
those players never got punished. I don't
Yeah,
care that
I
the
have to
general,
agree.
I don't care the general manager got fired and the coach got let go or whatever, but none of the players got. I mean, they're the ones that did the crime.
Yes, they are.
Hoping they don't win ever again.
I really don't care much about baseball, but the only reason I want to see Houston win is I like Dusty Baker. He's been around a long time. Be nice to see him win at least one ring. So other than that, I could care less.
Oh,
But speaking of hockey, though, my Kings won 2 in a row.
yes, they. Well,
Woo!
I mean, come on.
They beat the weak Canadians and the weak Sabres. Well, Sabres are pretty
You must have come on late because the Sabres ain't weak this year. Number one, don't trash my Sabres. The Sabres actually are tied for second place in the division right now.
So they won a game that mattered. I was curious because they won one, then they lost 6 in a row, then they finally won yesterday. So
They
weak
won.
Canadian
They won.
team.
They won 2 in a row up until this game, and they lost in overtime. So that's only 1 point. Each splits a point. So they're actually now. They're still in second place. Yeah. So they're sitting. Actually, now they've secured second place with 12 points. Panthers have 17. They have 12. The Red Wings only have 10. But there you go. So the Sabres are not looking bad, my friend. They're scaring me. They're scaring me almost as much as the Red Wings are this year. And Red Wings aren't that great, so I don't know. But we'll see. So what are you going to do after baseball?
Well, let's see. The Chiefs are almost, if they lose tomorrow night, they're pretty much out of it.
Yeah.
So I watched my Kings, but I mean they're not that great this year. So
it's a tough year for them. Yeah.
But, I mean, you guys don't watch basketball on this show, so I mean, I got basketball to watch, but
so if Atlanta wins, they're done. But if Houston wins, it's only 3-2 lead. So Houston would have to win the next 3.
Yes.
They can cheat their way through those.
The camera's working, and if they got the right enough trash cans.
Yeah.
Bang bang.
Hello wine, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, we know you like to whine.
Yes, I do. Let me see what I got here. What the hell? Here you go. Bonk. There's my baby girl, Bat Echo. Say hello to Bat Echo, everyone. Hello, Bat Echo. So, one of the biggest news right now is Disney. You guys ready for this one? Disney expects over $100 million in NHL ad sales. The NHL's return to ESPN after 17 years is supercharging advertising sales for Disney, which is nearly sold out commercial time for the 2021-2022 season. The entertainment giant expects more than $100 million in NHL-related ad sales this season, sources tell Front Office Sports. We are very, very well sold, said Rita Farrow, the president of Disney Advertising Sales, who declined to comment on the numbers, of course, but noting significant demand across ESPN, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. We have a couple of positions left, mostly in the playoffs and the finals. NBC's 16-year run of NHL coverage came to an end. After its Stanley Cup broadcast in July, Disney has picked up many of the network's former advertisers. They are killing. So a dozen official league partners have come aboard, including Apple, Verizon, EA Sports. Lexus, Fidelity, and Subway are among presenting in-game and in-studio sponsors. And Expedia will present 25 games on ABC, and ESPN New Amsterdam Vodka will present 75 games on Disney's streaming platforms. So ESPN is paying a reported $400 million annually to serve its league's lead TV partner, part of a 7-year, $2.8 billion contract. So I'll tell you what, hockey, people are realizing hockey is the one thing to do. They don't care about
Wait,
that
hold
football
on.
anymore.
Can we go over those numbers again in a second? They're spending $400 million to air it, but they're only making $100 million in sales
In 1 year. So I don't know. I don't know. They want
I
hockey
think
because
$400
hockey's
million
awesome.
is the per year, probably.
They want hockey. That's all. You know, it is what it is, unfortunately. But hey, so hockey's the best. Everything else is not as good. But let's talk about our Bucks last week, please, before we talk about our Bucks this week.
Oh, this
All
week
right.
was much more fun.
This week was, no, it was not.
Yeah, it was.
It was
I enjoyed
not
it.
more fun.
It was lovely.
I'm cutting you guys off.
Old man Brady.
Cutting you guys off. Yeah, I know. An interception at the end, too. What a sad way to go. But
Yeah, Brady's
hey.
Halloween costume this year was a quarterback.
That's funny. Last week, which I should have gone to the stupid game, 38-3, touchdown by Tampa Bay, 11:58. Leonard Fournette, 2-yard run. Chris Godwin, 4-yard pass from Brady, makes it 14. And Mike Evans, 9-yard pass from Brady, makes it 21. Carlos Santos tried. He got a 3-yard or a 57-yard goal. Wow, nice job. Field goal, 57 yards. No. I'm sorry, 28-yard field goal. Jesus. My brain's on fire tonight. Mike Evans said, no, nay. Got a second 2-yard pass from Tom Brady, makes 28-3. Mike Evans, 8-yard pass. So Evans and Goodwin have pretty much been following up everything to make it 38-3. Fourth quarter, Ryan suck up 22-yard field goal just to cap it up and show them what little trashes they were. Tom Brady has 20 for 36, 211 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jay Fields for Chicago had 22 of 32, 184 yards, 3 interceptions, which is no bad. Rushing yards, Fournette, 15 carries, 81 yards. And receiving yards, Chris Godwin, 8 receptions, 111 yards, 1 touchdown. 408 yards total over their 311. 5 turnovers for Chicago against our 1. 28 first downs for us, 17 for them, and we had longer in possession. So that's the end of the Bucks, right? We're done. We're not talking about the Bucks anymore, right?
Nope. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, right. How about you start? Go ahead and start with this one.
Here's the bad part.
Let's sing.
Here's the bad part. Unfortunately, I did not get the stats for that game. Oh, darn. Because, I was watching it and was hating it. So let me pull it up.
I can tell you got beat by Trevor Siemian.
I'm sure he did, which sucks. My God, how bad is that?
And Mark Ingram, the fountain of youth.
It's horrible. Where's my damn scores? Here we go.
It was a nice touchdown by Brady at the end.
No, it was
to
not.
The Saints guy, of course.
Yeah, no, it was not a nice touchdown to Brady at the end. All right. First quarter, we actually had a touchdown to start off. Chris Godwin, 12-yard pass from Brady. And Taquan Smith, 16-yard pass from James Winston. From them, made it 7-7 at the end of the first. Brian Johnson, 23-yard field goal, 10-7. Alex Amon from Trevor Siemian for 16-7. And it's just, do we have to continue? It just goes on. Basically, it was 36-27. They got down within 1 point. They could have won, but of course they intercept, and well, it's over. What are you gonna do? Total yards 421 for Tampa Bay, 361 for New Orleans, 3 turnovers from us, none for them, and 26 first downs against our 16. They had more possession. They were better than us. It sucks. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Right? So, Bob, give us the football world. It's your turn. Bob's turn.
Well,
Here.
My Dolphins lead their seventh consecutive game.
Yes.
So they're now 0-7 in the last 7 games, which is a lovely thing. The coach actually talked about, "Oh, I don't worry about my job. You lost
You
7
might
in a
wanna.
row. You should worry about your job."
Well, at least you didn't
So-
molest anybody. Oh wait, different one.
No, they're so weak they couldn't even do that.
Oh really?
That team is just inept. Just shows you how bad they are. End of the first half, they're in field goal range. Gesicki, the tight end, has to reset the rookie receiver who doesn't know what the play is, apparently. So he's got to put him in the right spot. Gesicki then goes in motion. They snap the ball, hit him in the chest. Buffalo recovers, no field goal.
Jeez.
That's all you need to know about the whole game. That was a microcosm of everything.
Nice.
But you're gonna keep Tua. It looks like you're not gonna trade him after all. He's gonna keep him.
No, I don't see how you can trade for Deshaun Watson. I mean, he's got 10 criminal charges pending against him, possibly 22 civil cases that have been filed against him. He's probably going to miss some time with the suspension or jail time. So it's kind of hard to give up 3 first-round picks and more for a guy that could be playing for the penal colony next year.
True.
But I said that before. You don't trade your future or your draft picks for a guy that could possibly not play till 2023 because he's going to go on the NFL exempt list. And then once he goes on the NFL exempt list, you won't hear from him for a while.
Yeah, if you could do it conditionally, where hey, if he doesn't get suspended or doesn't go to jail, then you get XYZ, then great. But unless you could put major conditions to protect yourself, there's no chance in hell.
Nope.
Although after you look at their first round picks the last couple of years, they might as well give them away because they drafted crap anyway.
So I was debating with a friend of mine. What would you rather have, 2s or 1s? When it comes to first rounds or second rounds?
Unless you have a pick in the top 10 to 12, really, I'd rather have multiple seconds than a late one. You can get the same type of player. For instance, the Dolphins at 18 this year took Jalen Phillips, linebacker from Miami. A couple picks later, Baltimore takes Adafi Owa, who's having a better year. The Bucks take Joe Tryon Shawinka, however you pronounce that. He's having a better year. Gregory Rousseau with the Buffalo Bills also went in that same range. He's having a better year. So the pick that you're going to get mid-first round to the end of the first round is pretty much usually the same that you're going to get in the second round. You only have a certain handful of elite players, and after that, you have a nice group of very good players. So unless you get one of those elite guys, I'd rather have multiple very good guys.
So you pretty much, if you're going to trade Tua, you're going to ask for a bunch of 2s.
Yeah, they should. Washington might give it to them. They're desperate for a quarterback, and there's nobody good coming out next year. So it might be, if they do make a trade for Watson, then maybe they can unload Tua at a team like Washington.
I think you should keep him. You just need to fire your coach and get a new coach, get a new coordinator, and build around him. Build around him.
He doesn't have the arm strength. You watch him, if anything over 15 to 20 yards, the ball floats. He doesn't have the arm strength to deliver that 20 to 25 yard, pass over the middle. Everything in that range floats on him, and he winds up getting intercepted a lot. He's great if he's doing crossing patterns and 15-yard patterns. He'll eat you up all day if you give him protection, but he can't do more than that.
Yeah, that's the key, though. You don't give him protection. You ain't giving him protection.
No.
By the way, Ron says hi.
What's up, Ron?
Does he have sleeves?
He's got a picture, which has sleeves. Yes.
Wow.
Hi, Ron. Miss you. Get your butt home so we can have you back on the show.
We don't miss you.
I miss you. You're so mean, Michael Myers.
That's right. I'm a killer.
There you go.
Other than that, I'm looking at some of these scores right now. Ooh,
Minnesota just scored on Dallas, by the way.
Nice.
Detroit game was ugly.
Well,
yeah.
What happened?
Detroit's running rapidly towards the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Nice.
They lost 44-6. I actually
Ooh.
thought they might have won this game or at least make it close. I was like looking at the schedule and I'm like, man, I just don't know when they're gonna win. I made a funny bet earlier and said, watch them beat like Pittsburgh or something.
Yeah.
Some team that they shouldn't lose to. Or they shouldn't.
Well, that's like, just like hockey. You never know what's going to happen sometimes. It just can go anywhere. Football's a little more stable, where it's a little easier to predict which way a game's going to go, but hockey is just so hard to predict. What are you going to do?
Football, you have injuries that could drastically change the complexion of a
Right.
game. Weather, turnovers, a ball bounces off a guy's hands, gets returned for a touchdown. I mean, there's so many little things that can change a game in football.
Very true. By the way, Jack Eichel has finalized his hopeful trade between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Calgary Flames. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. I wanted Jack Eichel in the Bolts because he'd be a perfect position to put us in IRR and save us some salary cap like we did last year. But I think Cooch is taking care of us right now on that because we haven't seen Cooch in a couple games, and he's hurt long term. Oh well.
Yeah, no comment.
I know, no comment. I get it. Hey, anybody else got anything good?
There's a bunch of stuff out there that I don't know what you want to talk about.
Go ahead. This is football night. We've already covered hockey and baseball. It's football night. Go for it. This is your night.
I mean, we're almost halfway through the year, so it's about the time where people start handicapping the races. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, things like that. So Daniel could probably go through a couple of the contenders for MVP, but right now you got to look at Kyler Murray, the quarterback from Arizona. Derrick Henry's got to get some consideration. I don't know how he doesn't get more. The running back in Tennessee, that guy's just a beast.
Because they don't.
Tom Brady obviously is going to get some because it's Tom Brady. He's always going to be a contender. Aaron Rodgers is always a contender. Josh Allen from Buffalo might be a contender this year.
Hey,
and then as far as Defensive Player of the Year, Trevon Diggs, the corner for Dallas, I mean, he's tearing it up this year. He's got to be the leading contender. Then Aaron Donald is always in there. I mean, he's the best player in football, really. So,
right.
What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, Derrick Henry is going to have a hard time because they don't respect quarterbacks running backs in this league. It's a quarterback-driven league. So because you should put Diggs from Dallas in there. You should put King Henry, and the fact that if you look going into tonight, with the Raiders having a bye, Tennessee is leading the AFC. Yeah, and they're slowly and they beat a Buffalo team that they shouldn't have. That many thought they shouldn't have beat. Then they destroyed a Kansas City team that they don't know what's going on with them. They're not getting any of the national headlines, which I know is making people a little irritated, but sneak under the radar. They're sneaky good. They could possibly be somebody's Super Bowl contender in the AFC facing, I don't know, in the NFC. I mean, you think Panthers are going to be good, but then they get beat last week, but then they win today. I thought maybe Atlanta they won sneaky. They won 3 in a row. I thought maybe they'll win 4 in a row and maybe push the Saints. Now the Saints, I don't know how Jameis Winston's going to be how long he's going to be out for. Could be the year. The NFC is just wide open now, especially now that the Bucks lost. I mean, now with the Bucks losing, you got to say the Rams are the favorite.
They lost one.
They've lost 2 games now. They've lost 2. And the Rams are right
at 7-1. You have the Rams at 7-1. Green Bay at 7-1.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's going to be a tough. But look, the Bills are 5-2. I mean, come on, this is crazy.
This is the time, like week 8, 9, you start going, okay, these are playoff contenders. These are maybe pretenders, and then the in betweens. So I look at it as, in the NFC, yeah, the Bucks only lost 2 games and they're right there.
Yeah,
But with
they're still on top.
one bye, one winner gets, it's only one seed gets the bye. So 2 through 7,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they all, or 2 through 8 they all have to play each other this year. So it's gonna be you know a battle. But then again, it's hard to say because correct me if I'm wrong. The Bucks hit their stride week 10, 11 last year,
I think it was like week
Yeah, it was
11 or
late.
12, something like that.
right?
It
And
was
then they
late.
just ran that all the way through to the Super Bowl. So it's like you're not out of it yet. But I mean, I've always said I had the Rams winning the Super Bowl this year.
Well, possibly.
In my NFC, AFC, I don't know anymore. Hard to pick. I mean, I don't. I thought the Raiders would fall. They won 2. They won 2. John Gruden leaves. They win 2 more. I didn't
Yeah.
think they would win 2 more games after Gruden left. I figured
That's
they were
what
going
I
to
thought
start
too.
falling.
I thought with that big shakeup they would at least get spooked or something, but no, they've been fine.
I just don't see the Raiders long term contending.
I hope
Just
not.
too much turmoil there. It's just after a while, it's going to wind up going through some of the stuff. So, and now Gruden's talking about possibly suing the league and suing Goodell.
Oh,
So if he
Jesus.
does that during the season, all that's going to do is create more distractions and more problems. Hopefully, if he does do that, he waits till after the year so he doesn't cause the current guys any extra crap to go through. So it's just your Chiefs. I know you're writing them off. Even if they lose tomorrow, they're 3-5. They're 2.5 games behind the Raiders. That division is not. They can make a run and win. Go 7-2 or something like that to finish the season and still win the division.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not writing off. I'm not writing them off yet. However, just the way they've been playing, uh, I saw a stat that says supposedly we're gonna get Djax next tomorrow. There's a trade for Deshaun Jackson going to the Chiefs. I'm like, that's all we need is another receiver. Like, hello, can we get some defense? Can we get? We need linebackers. We need corners. We need safeties. Like,
Well, there was a report that they inquired about Melvin Ingram from the Steelers.
yes, and the Steelers said we're not trading them within the AFC because
Yeah.
why would you? If you're not going to trade them,
It's not gonna make sense.
if the Steelers and the Chiefs are fighting for one of the last playoff spots, and
You don't want him coming back to haunt you.
yeah, exactly. So I don't see. I was more like, why didn't we get Gilmore? We didn't pick the dude up from Dallas, but we keep getting these receivers, and they're not young. Josh Gordon's old and in trouble always, and Deshaun Jackson's 37. And last check, they can't play defense. You can give Patrick Mahomes all the weapons in the world, but if he's already down early, all they're gonna do is play cover 2, and he doesn't have the patience to check down, and he needs
That's
to.
that's what they've done to him this year. Is they've taken away the big play and they've forced him to dink and dunk down the field, and that's just not his specialty. He's used to those 20-yard passes to Kelsey and Tyreek Hill and guys running rampant all over the place. And now it's like,
he's not Captain Checkdown, and that's one thing that that made Brady and Alex Smith and those guys, have the careers they've had. I mean, even though Alex Smith had injuries, but they would throw those screen passes, those flip to the running backs. In the fantasy, you didn't want unless you played a PPR league. That's when you wanted a back from like New England because they got you more points because they would always catch the ball out of the backfield. Other than that, you didn't really want him. But that's what he's doing in Tampa, or that's what he did that last year. And yeah, Mahomes is not doing that. But again, the defense is not giving him a lead. And maybe they need to not defer the ball tomorrow. Maybe they should give the ball to Mahomes and say, okay, let's put our offense on the field first, and let's try to score and get the crowd into the game instead of deferring to the second half, which I get it. That way, if you have the chance to score at the end of the half, you get the ball back and you have a chance to score again. But sometimes if your defense is not clicking and your offense is stumbling, let them come out of the box. So it's just they should win tomorrow. I mean, they should win tomorrow, but you never know this whole week. This whole year's been games that people should be winning. Like the Jets beat the Bengals, and the Bengals just beat the heck out of the Ravens a week ago. So it's like you don't know anymore. You don't know what's going on.
Well, I think this year you see more mediocrity in the AFC, and the NFC is very top heavy. Like when you look ahead to the NFC playoffs, you're going to have teams that are wild card teams. Like the Rams and the Cardinals both cannot win the division, obviously. So you're going to have a very good team as a 5 seed or a 6 seed, possibly.
Correct.
Where you come out of the NFC, you're battled.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're. It's like the AFC. They're like it's like a boxer. They're just throwing blows back and forth, counter punching as they can go. Yeah. And you got the NFC that just like run away with it. Like there's nobody. I mean, that game on Thursday night was great. That game on Thursday night was great. I think the funniest meme I saw though was that AJ Green's Madden controller ran out. Like the controller died in the middle of the play because he just didn't turn around. He just stopped. But I could see that as a possible championship game. Winner goes to Super Bowl. But again, that's if Arizona cannot be caught by the Rams and if they get home field. Because you're going to have a team that's going to finish second in that division and have to be on the road.
Yep.
And see how they go.
Yeah, I mean the Cowboys could be 6-1 after tonight if they win. I mean they're starting Cooper Rush quarterback instead of Dak Prescott, but the Cowboys are going to be. You figure they're going to be the 4th seed probably. I mean it's just going to be crazy on the NFC. You got the Packers. You figure they're going to win their division. Obviously, whoever wins the Rams Cardinals win that one. I mean the Bucks. You would assume are going to win the South, but the Saints are, a game out now.
Saints are looking good.
Yeah. The Saints defense is playing very, very well. They get Taysom Hill back, even if they lose Jameis Winston. They've always wanted to make Taysom Hill their starting quarterback. So maybe now Taysom Hill gets a chance to take off. And a team like the Bears could possibly trade Nick Foles somewhere. Maybe they make a move for Nick Foles. If Winston's out.
And then New Orleans got that 2-headed monster now with Ingram and Kamara. So
yeah,
they're looking good. And they don't even have Michael Thomas just came back, so he's probably still kind of rusty.
Yeah, he's no comment about Michael Thomas. That guy's just a head case.
But did you guys hear about Calvin Ridley?
Yeah,
another head case.
He left the team with depression and anxiety and things like that. There was a great story this morning on the Fox pregame where Jay Glazer interviewed Lane Johnson, the offensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, who a couple weeks ago before a game, he was supposed to start, and then game day, he had a meltdown and left the team for a couple of days. So they were talking about depression and everything else there. It's, now you have Calvin Ridley saying he's got mental wellness issues and who knows how long he's going to be out. I mean, it's just.
Yeah. Apparently, this is not the first time he's done it, though. It's like twice or 3 times this year.
He did it a couple of weeks ago before they went to London for a game. So, I mean, who knows what he's dealing with. I mean, you think it's easy. These guys are making millions of dollars and whatever, but they still have the same issues that you and I have. And I'm a person who's fought depression for a long time. A couple of years ago, as Jeff could attest, I tried to take myself out. So, I mean, I understand it more than probably a lot of other people. So,
yeah,
these guys there's so much pressure. Everybody's got the handout looking for something from them. There's, it's not all glory like you think it is.
But we can help solve that. Let's give them about a $40,000 a year salary. If you're quarterback, you get 60.
Yeah,
that would end a lot of these issues.
That's Boss Hog Radio money.
Speaking of Boss Hog, catch me on Tuesday nights from 7 to 11 as I spin you some wonderful tunes from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, from Beach, Love, and just anything I want to play.
Cheap
Tuesday
plug.
Twofers.
Cheap plug.
That's right, Boss Hog Radio. You can get the app on iTunes or on the Play Store. That's right. Thank you
So
for
look at
bringing it
that
up. I was going to bring it
promotion
up.
for you.
Huh?
There you go.
Cross
right.
promotion. Just
That's
correct. And I have promoted BayLink Sports on the Boss Hog Radio Network also.
now, do you wear tight jerseys on that one too, or no?
Number one, nobody sees me. Number two, I don't wear tight jerseys. I wear jerseys that are appropriate for my physique. Stop.
Yeah.
Listen here, Skinny. Stand up real quick and let's see what you got going on there, Killer.
No,
I don't think you want me to stand up.
After what I read on the private messages, I don't want to.
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm like, oh, great. Trick or treat. Ah! Here's a candy. Here's a little worm.
I was going to dress up.
That's right.
I was going to dress up as a toxic Kansas City Chief fan, since that's what Tyrann Matthew calling his Chief fans now. It's like they were just toxic because we're calling out guys that are making good money and not playing to their full potential, like Frank Clark.
Because we're asking them to do their jobs.
Yes, and I've heard I saw a guy on Twitter I follow on a podcast. He said that the guy that does the that series on Netflix, they do the coaches and the players, like the Last Shot or
something like that. Yeah.
Football. And he's saying that fans shouldn't have podcasts or shows because they don't know what's going on as far as how to play the game. I'm like, excuse me?
First of all, Last Chance is the name of it. Yes.
Yeah, Last Chance U. He said he was like, oh no, I was like, excuse me, but most of the guys that are doing sports radio shows, they've played some kind of organizational sport, from be it pee-wee, high school to college to semi-pro to pro, and anything. So I just like, yeah, okay, it's just
You've played football.
I have.
I played hockey. I played baseball. And Michael Myers there, he was a professional sports reporter for the Dolphins, so he's in all different sports throughout South Florida. So I think we know what the hell we're talking about there, whiny boy. Not you, him.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's your take, Michael Myers? When it comes to fans are short for fanatic, but if you're a fan, you're gonna express the way you feel, and with social media, yeah, great, you could do it now. You could put it on Twitter, and you have a voice.
I have somewhat of a problem with some of the fans that talk out of their ass. There's some fans that don't know what the game is all about.
True.
And criticize, and you just look at it and, I laugh at a lot of this stuff. I have friends that, call me and want to debate football with me, and I'm like, I've forgotten more about football than you will ever know.
Okay.
I used to, not to come off as pompous, but I used to sit there at St. Thomas Aquinas games in Fort Lauderdale at the high school games. Don Shula, the all-time winningest coach in NFL history, he would go to watch his grandsons play. I'd sit in the press box next to Don, and him and I would talk football the entire game. We're talking strategy. We're talking everything. And his son, also a former NFL head coach, do the same with him. So I know more about football than a lot of people. Yeah. So some fans that don't know just aggravate the ever-loving crap out of me, and I want to tune them out. But if somebody's got an intelligent criticism, I'm all for them doing that. If you want to say what's wrong and you want to point to it and say, okay, here's some reasons, great. You just want to talk out your ass and go, oh, the Dolphins suck. Two is the problem. It's like, what about the offensive line? Oh, who cares? What about the running game? Who cares?
Yeah.
Then you don't know football. So that's the kind of stuff that bothers.
You should have seen me during the Dodgers playoff. I'll go on fan chats and I'll read. Half the time I'm just reading, but then sometimes I'll put something intelligent, and then you should see all the you have no idea what you're talking about. I said, it's a 60-game season. It was a lot, even though it was rough, it was a lot harder with everything that was going on. Your body is still not capable. You didn't play 162 games last year, so your body got overworked. And with the injuries and everything that went on, and then I'm not, or you get fire Dave Roberts. I go, why? He took you to 4 out of 5. We were in the World Series 4 out of 5 years, and you won a championship. Granted, it was a 60-game season, and I'm sorry, as you Rays fans, if you would have won a 60-game
Yep.
World Series last year, you would have beat us. You wouldn't be crying to say
I
that.
agree.
It
I
was just
agree.
60 games. No, hey, I'm
I agree.
happy. I got
A win
a
is a
World.
win.
Yes, a win is a win. A World Series
Yeah.
championship.
The
You could do
same
a
thing.
football 8-week championship for a lockout 8 weeks, and I would still be happy if we won a 8-week tournament.
I agree. I totally agree. You know, it's and that's like how Bob likes to talk about hockey. Doesn't know crap about hockey, but likes to trash our sport, Michael Myers.
Hockey's terrible.
It is
What are you
not.
talking about, eh?
Hockey is the best sport ever.
Hey, hockey is awesome. Hockey
Show
On my
me-
list of sports, let's
Name
see.
a sport. Hold on.
Football.
Uh-huh.
Then basketball.
No.
Then MMA.
Please.
Then soccer.
Oh, please.
Then maybe we can talk about hockey after
Okay,
that.
here's the thing. Let's go down your sports one by one. Football.
The
If
best.
the Lightning went out there and played, I mean, they wouldn't be good, but they could actually complete the game. Other than Gronk, who actually was a high school goalie, which is pretty funny, other than Gronk, they couldn't stay up on skates to save their lives. 1. 2, basketball. Those guys, if they get touched on the side with somebody's pinky, they fall down and scream like little girls. These guys take hits that knock their teeth back of their throat, and sometimes they have to stop play to pull the teeth out of the ice, and they keep skating. If you'd like, check out YouTube, the NHL's greatest hockey hits. It looks like they're killing them, and they're just fine. So basketball, ha, 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 ha. What was the third one? Soccer? No, MMA. MMA is good, but you strap skates on an MMA fighter and see how well he fights on skates. That ain't happening. 4.
Yeah, put one of your hockey goons in a cage against an MMA fighter and watch how quickly they got knocked out.
You know, I'm not really sure. Pat Maroon might just be able to do that. Here's what's funny.
They would
If
twist
these
him.
guys-
They would twist him into a pretzel.
not only do these hockey players take ballet lessons and all the other things like football players do, yes, but they also take fighting lessons. They take boxing lessons and all these things because that's what their sport is. Could you see an illegal hands to the face at the 20-yard line in football, and then they just rip off their helmets and start beating the crap out of each other? And everyone's cheering until one goes to the ground. And that's what hockey is. And when they go to the ground, well, that's different. You said soccer. Soccer's close, but again, skates. So I'm telling
Soccer's
you,
so much better than hockey.
my list. Oh yeah, 45 minutes later, goal. Okay, see you in a little bit. At least in hockey, it's back and forth, nail biter the whole time, no breaks. It's just constant. Even Lisa at the last Bucks game, we're sitting there and she goes, "Why is everybody just kind of standing around?" I said, "Well, it's TV timeout." Not even during that, they just stand around. I said, "Yeah, well, that's how it is compared to hockey." She goes, "I'm so used to hockey. I'm not used to all this slow. I'm going to fall asleep." I said, "Yeah, I know it's hockey. Hockey's better." And hockey's the best sport of all time. Followed by baseball, followed by nothing. And then NFL's down there somewhere.
As long as you don't do the little red dot on the puck like Fox did that one year when they televised the game.
I like that.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I like that. I have no idea where the hell the puck is. It's like, who cares? I'm bored.
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
Like I said, I was able to watch. Well, today I didn't get to watch the game today because we were busy getting ready for trick or treating and stuff. But yesterday, I was actually able to sit and actually watch the Kings and Canadians because it was like, oh, cool.
Nice.
It was an early game. Well, 4:00 for us. I'm like, cool, because I'm like, these are 10:00 at night games. I'm like, I'm falling asleep to it. I'm gonna wake up. One. But I mean, I watch all sports. I watch everything. I can watch baseball, football, basketball, hockey. Like I said, my wife laughed at me because I'm watching curling I'm watching.
Except there's one. Now there's one
ball.
sport, Big Daddy, that is you can watch the sport, and when you finish watching it, know less about the sport than when you started watching it. And that, my friend, is cricket.
Yes.
What the hell?
I've tried.
It was on. It was on yesterday or Friday when I was at lunch somewhere, and I'm looking. I'm going. Something will happen. It looks like somebody dropped the ball or just stood there, and then they cheer, and then somebody runs for no reason. I think he has to go to the bathroom, but then they cheer, and then someone hits one foul, or maybe it's a home run. I don't know. Then they cheer. And I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Nor will I ever. I've even looked up how to play cricket. I still don't understand it. The whole thing is jacked. What a weird sport.
I will never know how to play cricket. I'll probably learn how to play badminton before I learn how to play cricket.
Exactly. All right, we've come to the 8:55 mark. 2 minutes per piece. Let's start off with Big Bat Daddy. Give us some baseball and football last two.
So right now we have 4-2. For the Atlanta Braves are up 4-2, and they're looking good. They were up 4-0 though, but Astros just came back. Looking forward to seeing how well the Chiefs do. Hoping for a win. Hoping to get right back into the race. I won't lose faith, but it's dying down.
Yep. Well, it is what it is. That all you got?
That's all I got.
That wasn't 2 minutes.
Well, okay. Well, let's see. Well,
that's
well, we have a lot of things that don't go 2 minutes.
No, that's for the after show. That's next. Actually, we're not doing that. Just so you guys know, I'm canceling the after show because, I mean, come on. It's three of us, and we've already talked enough smack. Bob, Michael Myers, happy Halloween. What do you got for us for your 2 minutes?
Well, I know you don't talk basketball much on here, but
you can if you want.
You should pay attention to what the Miami Heat is doing. They are just mauling people. Tyler Hero coming off the bench is averaging nearly 25 points a game. Kyle Lowry's giving him veteran leadership, putting him in the right position. Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler are just dominating. The Heat might be – I know before the season started, everybody talked about the Nets possibly coming out of the East, but then Kyrie doesn't want to get vaccinated, can't play, suspended for the year, whatever you want to call it. And, you lose one of your best players and you go down. The Heat, on the other hand, rapidly ascending. They beat the hell out of the Bucks last week.
The Bucks?
Watch out for the Heat. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Who did they beat last week?
The Milwaukee Bucks.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
They destroyed the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. Destroyed them.
Yeah, not the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks.
They
could have beat the Tampa Bay Bucks.
This is very true.
I'm sure they would have. Well, Tom Brady probably would have thrown him a couple passes anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, probably. Here's the good part. If you guys want, we can dedicate a few minutes because I never had a basketball guy on before, but since you guys like basketball, we will throw some basketball, and I will sit back and turn my mic off, and you guys can talk about basketball all you want for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll go from there. How about that? Does that sound good?
Oh, we can take time away from hockey. Yes.
No. This will be if we don't after we finish talking about hockey. After we talk about hockey, if there's a minute or two left, you guys can go, do we want football or do we want what is that sport? Oh, basketball. Yeah, that's right. Do we want football? Do we want basketball?
Well, I tell you what, since the
baseball you guys can Rochambeau for it.
Well, since the baseball season is going to be winding down, probably by the time we come back, I can fit basketball into it instead.
All right, Big Daddy, we'll let you take over basketball once football's over, because I don't know anything about basketball because I don't want to, but I do give all sports, not just Tampa Bay, but in Florida especially and all around, as much credit as I can because that's what it is.
I got one last question for you, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Best hockey movie or show?
Slapshot, without a doubt.
All right.
Slapshot, without a doubt. That's the best hockey movie of all time. There's nothing.
Now, I want to put Slapshot against what I consider the best soccer thing of all time, which is Ted Lasso, which is on Apple TV now. Ted Lasso will win. Ted Lasso is damn funny.
That is definitely a funny. Yeah, I've seen it. It's funny, but definitely Slapshot all the way because the brothers are just the best. You got to love it. Folks, we're going to see you next week. Here we go. Watch this.
Don't forget Goon.
What? Forget what?
Goon.
Yes, goon. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been an hour. Love it. Folks, we will see you next Sunday night at 8 p.m. If I don't have something to do, I might. Who knows? And Bob, thank you very much.
Good night.
Yes, Big Bat Daddy, thank you very much. You guys have a happy Halloween. Happy Halloween all around, folks. We will see you next week. BayLink Sports. Bye-bye. I lost my mouse. Oh, there it is. Stupid thing. Oh, right.